What's up? I'm Rebecca. You're going to disagree with at least one thing I say in this video. We are looking pale as Casper today. What's good? Just going to take a second. Look at my hair. You just need a second to appreciate it in the way that it deserves to be appreciated, okay? Because this is probably one of my best hairdos I've ever done. If you disagree, you're wrong. You're factually, objectively, provably wrong. Because look, just look, you're wrong. Anyways, that's not what this is about. I am working on a video essay. Wow, I've said that like 3 times before, but guess what? I'm actually gonna finish it this time because I'm feeling really good about it, and I finally found a way to do a video essay without editing because I still don't have money for editing, although I did my taxes for the first time since I was 19 and I'm 26. So we're getting back like $2,700. Try not to count my chickens before they hatch. I should be getting back $2,700. I'm very grateful. God is so good. I'm so excited. He literally just like blessed my brain and was like, do your taxes. And like for the first time in my life, I was like, that sounds like a great idea. I'm going to do it instantly and I'm not going to be stressed at all and it's going to be fun. What? I tell you what, being poor makes it real easy to do your taxes, okay? Anyways, again, not what this is about. This is about Footless Joe, I believe that's her name. I really like her channel. I guess it would be like right up here. There's gonna be a link. If there's not, it'll be in the description. Either way. So I just saw this video and she's talking about how like basically toxic positivity and how it's like not politically correct to be like, I don't like being disabled sometimes. And people were supportive, but also I saw one comment that bothered me a little, and they were like, I don't know if it's not politically correct. You're allowed to, be disabled, not like it, and struggle, da da. But I was like, are you though? Like maybe in online spaces where like you have a fan base that supports you near unconditionally, yeah, but like under capitalism, is it really politically correct to like hate being disabled, to struggle with it and be depressed about it? Even outside of capitalism, like let's just be real for a sec. Who likes hanging around with someone who's really depressed and can't do physical things? Some people, but for some people, they don't like being around that type of thing. And it's not just because it's a burden to them. Like it's easy to be like, oh, I'm just a burden on people, but really it's because people can't relate, and so they feel uncomfortable because they can't empathize, because whether it's a physical or a neurological or psychological disability, they can't relate, and it's like unfathomable to them, to someone who's not disabled. And so it just kind of becomes like an uncomfortable thing. My computer is resting on my Bible. Oops, technically it's not touching it, but I really, maybe it's an OCD thing, but like out of respect, I just really try not to put stuff on my Bible. It's still marked up from my video. Anyways, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting because over the past couple of years, especially over the last year or so, a year and a half with the pandemic, I have realized that I'm like hecka disabled. And it's weird because like I don't seem disabled. I mean, if you talk to me, you'll see how my brain works and you'll be like, oh yeah, girl's got some issues a little bit. But generally, like, I'm smart. I can I can coherently speak most of the time. I can move around like a human person does. And as human people do, and people just don't see me that way, and it makes it really really hard to like get a job being open about my disabilities, because in the past your girl would mask, your girl was like super ableist against herself. Why am I talking about myself in the third person? I was really ableist against myself, and I like, without realizing it, just kind of masked. But my ADHD is really bad, and I also have Tourette's and OCD, but OCD rarely gets in the way of like working at all. It actually normally serves working. So like I have a lot of like mental compulsions for OCD, so a lot of that doesn't get in the way of doing things at work. But what was I saying? Oh shoot, I was just saying that I was masking at work, okay? And so then once I started coming to terms with these things, trying to get a job in the pandemic, I would be honest, I'd be like, oh, sorry, can you repeat that question? I have pretty bad ADHD, so can you just like repeat that? Or I'd be like twitching because I'm nervous, and so my Tourette's. Dude, it's so rare. It's like when I talk about it, it makes it worse, but it's because I specifically think I don't want to tick, and then the urge to tick starts getting worse. But so that happens in interviews, and then I'm like, oh, sorry, I have Tourette's, but like, don't worry, I don't say cuss words or anything. But because of the stereotypes, or maybe just because the twitching is weird, people think that like my beautiful, charming self is somehow not gonna be good at customer service, even though my resume is poppin', bitch. Okay, it's poppin'. Don't even. Gosh, I'm so good at customer service. I wish people would just let me do what I'm good at and hang out and talk to people and help them. Call me crazy. I'm pretty good at de-escalating with Karen, so like I genuinely like customer service. Your girl just want to be paid fairly and treated with dignity while doing it. But yeah. Anyways, getting a little off track, but point is, there's when I'm not hiding the fact that I have genuine disabilities, which frankly my employer should know about, to be fair, because like it's just being honest, like it makes it harder to get a job is what I'm saying. And that's like a huge discrimination right there. Now they're not supposed to discriminate against people for having disabilities, though, you know, interviews started going way worse when I stopped masking and just being honest. So I don't know. I think it is politically incorrect to be disabled in the first place, and also to not have full control and like positivity about your disabilities. Like everyone wants to watch the fucking no arm, no leg person go about their life doing great. No one wants to watch them crying themselves to sleep because they're missing 4 limbs. Like, no one wants to see that shit. They just want to be like, oh, nice, disabled people can be happy too. But it's like, I can only imagine, because I only experience a fraction of what it's like to be that disabled. But, like, you know, there are certain things that severely get in the way of my life, and it's just so bad. No one wants to see the bad shit, is my point. No one wants to see you crying. No one wants to see you hating yourself, hating being you. I even would try to sort of force positivity on my husband before I had come to terms with the fact that I also was disabled, and I just thought, oh, I'm normal and he's disabled. And so, like, there was that lacking empathy there, and it hurts me so bad to see the man that I love, that I want to give my life to, hurting. And so I tried to kind of force positivity on him. And I realized, as I started recognizing my own disabilities and stopping being ableist and coming to terms with my own situation, I realized, holy shit, I've been such a bitch to this guy. And by then, you know, things were already rough, and now we're separated right now, which really sucks, but I have faith that God will bring us back together. I don't care how long it takes. I'm gonna get sober. I'm gonna get my man back if it's the last thing I do. If I gotta die trying, I'm gonna fucking die trying, man. But, yeah, I just realized that I was not handling that correctly, and watching that video made me think about that. It made me feel so bad for all the times that I was like trying to just be like, hey, look on the bright side. It's like, no, fuck you. You look on the bright side, bitch. And like when people try to tell me that, it's like, oh, I can't even think of an example right now, but people will try to be like, oh, it's nice you have OCD, at least you're organized, right? And it's like, I'm a hoarder, dumbass. Like, sorry, I shouldn't be so mean, but it's just built up resentment over like tiny little microaggressions, you could say, accidental, unintentional douche things to say, which just come from an innocent place of ignorance. It's not like people are trying to be ableist. We just live in an ableist society. But I don't know, I think it is politically incorrect to be like, hey, I'm disabled and I hate this and I fucking cry about it and I wish I wasn't disabled a lot of the time. Like, I feel like it makes people so uncomfortable to hear that. So then to hear one person be like, it's not politically incorrect, like, you can totally know. No, you can't. like, who knows? Maybe that person is disabled and they just have a different life experience and they've grown up in a very supportive community and area, but like, capitalism is just not supportive of disabled people, straight up. Like, and I'm very blessed that most of my disabilities can like be worked with and around, like most disabilities, but like, I don't know, my husband has chronic pain and injuries, like active injuries that are causing the chronic pain. Like, that's just not to compare, it's not a competition. Like, I relate a lot to the things that he experiences when he's like, my body's fucking broken. I'm like, yeah, I I have moments where I'm like, my brain is fucking broken. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I just think about like, to be in physical pain all the time, that's got to be even more draining, because like being in psychological pain most of the time is really draining as is, and like, struggling with emotional regulation. Anyways, I didn't want to get into like the details of every single thing that's weird about my brain that causes issues. I don't know, because I'm still working on that video essay, I wanted to put something out this week, and watching that just kind of inspired me to chat a little with you guys and open up again, because I haven't in a while, about my mental, my neurological and psychological disabilities, and how how they weigh down on me. But still another week on, still doing the freaking list. I'm so proud of me. I'm doing so good. High five, Becca. Yeah. So that's exciting. If you're wondering what cup means, that means my menstrual cup. I'm bleeding. Now you know. It's so comfortable that sometimes I forget to change it twice a day, because I don't have the heaviest flow, so I can go the maximum like 12 hours. So I just have to remind myself to change it twice a day, because it's not like a tampon or something where you feel that shit. It kind of just goes in there and you're like, oh, I feel like normal. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna do my absolute best to have my video essay ready next week. It's gonna be called, there's a working title, it may not officially be called this, but I think it will be. I think it's gonna be called Willy Wonka and the Sins of Capitalism. So we're combining my three favorite things. We're combining media and film analysis. We're combining that with scripture and with the Christian theology, and we're also combining it with politics, capitalism, ooh, themes, money bad, ooh. So if you want to watch a video essay, like every single other video essay that talks about capitalism, but other things too, and poverty, all that jazz, go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell so that you're notified when my next video comes up, which will be that video, even if it's not next Thursday or Friday. That will be my next video. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. I hope you're coming out of your depression too, like I am. And if you're not, let me be a living testament to the fact that God can do anything, and he can drag you out of that pit. It may take a minute or two, but you're gonna get out of there, okay? All right? I love you. Okay, well, unless you're a perv and you're lusting after me while watching this video. In that case, I don't love you. Stop lusting after me. I'm sick of the comments. Okay, God bless. Bye.